I tried to I don't know if you can hear that, that's the clock. I tried to record this video on my computer. Wow. That's Carson using this webcam here. I thought that would be a little more appropriate. Give a picture of my YouTube channel. Maybe I can hang my phone up here. Get at least a, there we go, more traditional angle. The first thought that comes to my head when viewing this particular setup is how tired I am of Zoom calls. God, it feels bad even just to say it. Like, to say that word. I'm just so sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of thinking about how sick and tired I am of it. I don't know if I can talk about the months, but it's just numbers. At this point, I also see this on my desk. Rockstar energy drink. I really quite like the aesthetic of these. I think this it reminds me of the game Death Stranding, as energy drinks do. The whole reason I started drinking these things was because of a game called Death Stranding. Now I drunk like a Red Bull or two before at my grandma's house in Emerald Bay, and I really liked the flavor. I remember my older cousin Matt was there with his scruffy beard, his sunglasses, his hair, and his hat snapped back. And I tried a couple. They were sugar-free, I think, and I quite enjoyed the sugar-free ones. I think I liked them a bit more than the sugar ones. And it was like, oh no, you're gonna go crazy. And I thought that, the energy was a really side effect. I really quite enjoyed the flavor more than anything. I thought the flavor of the Red Bull is quite good. It has high caffeine content. I don't really do it for the caffeine, although I guess that is a added bonus if I do want to stay up. Yeah, I don't really think I want to stay up tonight. If I go to bed right now, I'm getting 9 hours of sleep. And I don't know how long this video is going to run. I'm being pretty efficient with my wording. This is almost stream of consciousness, but I think it's more refined. I've noticed that's an effect that caffeine has on me. It allows me to stay focused when I'm speaking. And instead of just jumbling up my words and going, instead of spending a lot of time up here, it almost slows me down. Instead of just having a constant spewage of words, I'm able to, ironically, slow down and collect my thoughts before I say them. And I don't know if that's necessarily has to do with the energy drinks itself, or maybe that's just because I put a camera here and I'm expected to speak in a certain manner slowly. Now, I just noticed this. If you look on the Rockstar can, it's a star, but it's incomplete. You see, I guess that's the second. To me, it looks like the fifth from my perspective. I don't know if this is flip, but this star here is cut off. But then look, it kind of continues with this K. It almost fits. I'm sure if you draw a line here, it doesn't actually fit, but subconsciously, it's like that's the completed star at that K. And the rock star, and the syllables line up to rock star. That's interesting. I like that logo quite a bit. And I suppose that might be corny or consumerist. I remember seeing energy drinks, and they're always such like almost a forbidden or taboo thing, like sex, almost. like sex or cigarettes or alcohol. But, you know, it's interesting. I think because even I was exposed to more, you know, cigarettes and alcohol at my home, you know, it's not as mystifying, but just something about the energy drinks, because no one ever drank them, and they were always like this, I guess you could say, liminal drink between, you know, it's this still a soda, but like kids don't drink it. I really didn't see really many people drink it, and the kinds of people you'd see drinking it were always older, like teenagers a lot, and it's associated with a bunch of like skater kids, and probably the kids, you know, smoking cigarettes were also the ones drinking energy drinks. Quite like the double R on the label too. I think I'm talking too much about cans. Now I don't know, something just changed. I'm looking at this. I don't know, I still do appreciate it though. The black and gold aesthetic reminds me of Death Stranding. The gold especially reminds me of the Corellium in that game. Speaking of that game, this is only, I believe, the second or third Rockstar I've had. I've had many more Monster Energies. Funny thing, I've only really started drinking energy drinks this year. God, remember this year? I said that I wanted to do daily videos. Failed on that one. I was pretty good for a while, but, you know, stopped. Good God, I was still a senior in high school. I mean, it is absolutely wild. I mean, I live in a completely different world, and it hasn't even been a year. It's only been 10 months. I live in a completely different world. I am a completely different person, I would say. I don't know about, no, I am a very different person. I'm a lot less depressed, you know, that's good. I was very, very depressed back in those days. It was sad. And I don't know, I've commented, talked a little bit about this on my Instagram with the fire spaghetti logo. Well, then things were feeling weird. Now, I think I feel like numb. You know, it's like it's almost like I feel nothing. But that's not true. I do feel things, but I'm almost past caring. I'm like post care, I guess. Before, you know, before I would trudge in monotony and sludgery, and I would really suffer because of it. I think a lot about I just listened to the song Once in a Lifetime by the Talking Heads, and that really goes over the idea of monotony, repetition, at least how I interpreted it. I connected to it, just monotony and repetition, and that kind of excited and nervous, really in your chest energy and feeling of unnerving and wrong about just that monotony and the cycle of, you know, life, just on and on and on. In what the middle class, I suppose, existence of working. And I think it's quite interesting now, because I'm doing very poorly in school, and the reason why I'm doing very poorly in school is because I don't do the work. You know, I've had a very work-orientated mindset towards things for quite a while, especially when it comes to school. Uh, I have to work to get good grades. I have to work to succeed, and so does everyone else. Before, I had a very us versus them mentality about that, where it's like, oh, you know, some people, they just have to, you know, they just go in and study, they just go in and take notes, and then they just get 100% on the test or get an easy A on the test without having to put the work in. But that's not true at all. I remember my friends Brennan and Navita, that's what it appeared that they were doing, but in reality, they had to study just as much as I did, maybe more. I didn't see that. But that's the truth. I've set a lot of my self-worth to my, you know, it's odd because it's like, maybe that's the disconnect, and maybe that's the feeling. Because I think before, I set a lot of my self-worth on how hard I was working. And back in the day, I set that to academics, like in high school. That was the end-all be-all of self-worth, which I think is a very unhealthy system, because even looking back on it, at the height, I think, of my work ethic, intellectually, was the end of junior year. I worked myself to physical exhaustion and physical sickness. But I kept going. And I didn't know why I kept going. I turned into a bit of an automaton. I've described this to my parents. I might have described this before on this channel. Because, you know, I view this channel as a bit of a time capsule. I mean, this channel is a documentation of my life, so it's only fitting that I tell you a bit about it, you know. Tear down the mask. Very Dreg like thing. But junior year, I had found a cycle, a repeatable cycle that I could just do. I just had to crank the turn wheel. I just had to crank the wheel. I had to find a groove, and once I find the groove, you just keep doing it and keep doing it. Monotonous work, like academic equivalents of a factory job. Just factory press out those good grades. And so I suppose in that regard it was easy. And perhaps that's why I found this semester so difficult, because I have never had, I don't want that to go dark. I've never had a consistent, you know, groove. I had it for a little bit, for like a week, for 4 days. I think 2-3 weeks ago, because I had a breaking point where I was very, very sad, and I realized school had gotten me down because of lack of motivation and lack of time management. And the solution to that, of course, is to not take a break after my classes, because how my online college is set up. Basically, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I take, starts at 9 o'clock, ends at around 11:30. I have calculus, chemistry, and Java. Then on Tuesdays, I have, starts at 8 a.m., ends again around 11:30. I have calculus, literature, and calculus literature in year 1, which is an environmental sustainability course. Bloody awful. Then on Thursday, I have, of course, literature again, and then a chemistry lab. I've talked on and on about this to my parents, my friend, and myself, so I feel redundant saying it. And I don't even know if I should say it. Because I don't think it's helpful. I don't think it is helpful to say online college is really bad and the classes are really bad, because in a way it's not true, because my teachers are working very hard. There are many other students that are working very hard. And that's the thing, like, I'm very privileged. I, for example, am not working because my parents, especially my father, value education very highly. And I'm very privileged and blessed to be in this position. And there are many other students who are taking on the same, academically the same or even more intensive workload, but have to, like, work a job on top of that. You know, it's crazy. And I think the system and the teachers are very accommodating for that kind of students. They will work around your schedule if you communicate with them. I don't like to communicate. I don't like to receive help from others. For a long time, I've had the idea, it's like, okay, I am all okay. And that stemmed from spirituality and my Catholicism. It's like, I'm all okay. I have all my shit sorted. Now, how can I... So, since I'm okay, it's my duty to help others. You know? I think it's Sisyphus who rolls the boulder up the hill forever. And just falls back down. That's what I feel like sometimes. I've even gone past that. I just feel so numb and out of it, because I was already behind on my schoolwork. And then I went to my grandfather's funeral, Grandfather Michael. We have the microphone. Oh, that's toothpaste. His funeral. Whoops, there's the melodica. I'm not sure where his... Both knows I read at the funeral too. I think I did an okay job at that. Spent 15, 16 hours in the car yesterday, driving from Florida back home. Back here. These oh so familiar walls. Oh, two familiar walls. I might be, on another night, I might be saying this diatribe to my friend Benjamin. I love him. He's truly my brother. Bit of a therapist, you know, I guess I'd be saying this to Ben, but, you know, I felt like that wouldn't be adequate, and I don't want to waste his time. Because maybe I feel like I needed more contemplation. Because often, or before recently, for a long time, months probably, I knew where I am, I know what's wrong with me. I know how to fix it. But then I just don't have the will to do it. You know? The ideal version of myself, if I was perfect, I'm unplugging my computer since I'm not using it. I would be on a great diet, probably vegan or something like that. Because in weight loss, diet is key. Because I'm too fucking fat. I am way too goddamn fat. I'd be working out properly every day. I'd be doing school and doing it well. Putting in lots of time and effort into that. Those are the main things, you know, that I want to do. So my dad said something that struck me. It's like, don't wish, do, or something, or don't wish, act. No, it's don't wish something will happen, make it happen. I think that's what it is. And so here I am wishing something will happen instead of actively taking the steps to make it happen. I just feel so... I mean, it's just... I've just been here for so long. I feel tired of saying that, because I've said it before. But I've been trapped in these fucking walls for so long. I should be grateful. I should be a lot more grateful. People who are more grateful are happier. If I want to be happy, I should be grateful, because that's what the happy people do. You know? Instead of being so negative about, oh, I can't see my friends. I can. I choose not to. I haven't been perfect at all. You know, I saw my grandmother whenever, you know, of course, since my grandfather died, went to visit my grandma. And I got a call. Well, I didn't get a call. My younger sister got a call that her friend's mother was exposed, or she had COVID, I think. And so my younger sister, Darlene, has been out with her friends, with her friend Madison. Madison's mother had gotten COVID. They were together the day before we left. I don't think masks were used. They might have. But you know how it is. You go see your friends and, oh yeah, we're wearing masks, but then one thing leads to another, and eventually you take them off. You know? For me and Dave, it's we had ice cream and we were sitting in the car together eating ice cream, and then we just decided from there, well, screw it, basically. If we've been exposed, we've been exposed. Let's just keep the fucking masks off at this point. I'm tired of thinking. I remember when I was very, very depressed, it would just be so bad. It would be so bad to the point where, like, my best option was just to go to sleep and stop thinking, because I was tired, because every thought was negative and self-deprecating and self-hating, you know? And I was just so tired of that. So tiring. Because I think when you're depressed, it's almost self-indulgent because you hate yourself. You like the idea that you should be in anguish and suffering. And so the idea is that you deserve and you should be in constant mental turmoil and constantly mentally unhappy because you convince yourself you deserve it because you're depressed. That's at least how it was for me. And so I think that admission of tiring was a bit of a breaking through of the mask, almost. It was like, okay, this is ridiculous. Let's just fucking sleep. Stop hating yourself. Just fucking sleep. I'm tired of this. You know? I don't know. Just been inundated with extraordinary tragedy. Constantly. And our minds, it's all a fucking psychology problem because our brains focus on the negative more than the positive because that's a survival tactic. You know, you need to prioritize the wolf in the forest, not the flower in the forest, you know? The snake in the flower field. What will allow you to live longer. I think 30 minutes ago I was supposed to talk about Monster Energy. I had my first Monster Energy. I'd watched Jacksepticeye's Let's Play of Death Stranding, loved it. Went camping with my friends Ben, Jacob, and Jacob to Hawksbill Crag for New Year's Eve, 2019 to 2020. I was a bit of a stick in the mud because I didn't want to carry anything, so I only carried my own supplies. I was really not that happy the whole time. Jacob didn't really make the fire, so we didn't have a very good fire. I made some undercooked meats. I can still taste it. But we did sing the Big Time Rush theme in All-Star on Hawksbill Crag at midnight. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. And it was about an hour and a half, maybe longer, drive back home. And so on my way back home, the oil light came on, so I pulled into a gas station, not a gas station, like a motor shop, into this nice small town that you find, you know, taking the scenic route, which is often entails taking an older highway that go through these little small towns. It's a nice little place. I think they had Christmas decorations still up. Yeah, they did. Remember them on the lamppost. I thought that was quite nice. But I walked into the store. I like double checked the grade of oil because I remember my dad told me about how important oil was, and if your oil light comes on, then check it immediately. My engine light's still on. I think it's because of a leaky gas thing or something. My dad's not worried about it. I'm not too worried about it. You know, it's like that bumper sticker, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. That's the check engine light. Captain, I saw that on the Captain Sparkle Reddit React video with his nice expensive blue Ford car. Tasty Blue reminds me of my favorite ink color in Splatoon. I don't know if I have a favorite color or not. I like a lot of colors. Maybe that ink color in Splatoon's my... I can't commit to saying that's my favorite, because blues are nice, but reds are also very nice, and greens are nice. I don't like favorites. My favorite energy drink is a Mega Monster. Classic green and black Mega Monster. I think just the beauty of that, what really makes it great is in the lid design. Because I bought my first ever Monster Energy, and I joked to Ben that it was like, oh, this is going to cause an addiction, and it did. I'm addicted to Monster Energy, and I can wean off it, and then go months, or weeks and weeks and weeks at a time without it, but then it's like, oh, hey, ooh, hey, little vice, little, something to consume, ooh, consumer. That would be fun. My God, the first Monster Energy drink that I drunk, that first fucking sip, that first can, comparable to heroin, dude. Like, it's just like that first hit of goddamn heroin. The most mind-blowing shit of all time. The best drink I've ever had in my life. Other than the Blood of Christ, I'd say. Goes Blood of Christ, Monster Energy. First can on that New Year's Day. Good God. You know. I've been chasing that dragon ever fucking since, man, let me tell you. Or at least I did for a while. It's just like, not good. Not good. Because drinking too many can fuck you up just because of the huge caffeine content. I remember poisoning myself with caffeine. I think it was March 2017. It was the Nintendo Switch launch. I remember this so clearly. It was at my GameStop, and I didn't pre-order it. For some fucking reason. Here it is. Look at her. Love this thing. Didn't pre-order it. So I waited in the store for, I think, 8 hours or something. Good fucking God, that was so much fun just talking to the employees. They trusted me since I was a regular big Amiibo kid. Probably spent over $1,000 on Amiibo. Easily. Yeah, definitely. Fuck. And like they were vaping, and it was like, I feel cool that they feel safe enough to vape around me, freshmen in high school. And God, my first ever experience with Nintendo Switch, a guy that got on early, we played Snipper Clips. Transcendent experience playing Snipper Clips with this fucking random guy. I think he did it to fucking shut me up because I was being annoying as hell, because I was in the height of my hyper god of cringe phase, you know, because I intentionally tried to be as cringy as possible. That way I couldn't look back on myself and say, ooh, you're cringe. Oh, I was so cringe as a kid. I was like, yeah, I was. I intentionally did that just so that I couldn't make fun of myself. My future self couldn't make fun of myself. You damn smart kid. Fuck you. Past DT. Trolling future DT. How dare you. Not how dare you. Go to fucking job, soldier. You are the hyper god of cringe. Now I am cringe memer man. I don't. I feel like I identify with that title, cringe memer man, only sometimes. Often after I do something very bad. I think that's probably a way to deflect blame and responsibility onto persona instead of accepting it as, hey, yeah, me, I did it. That's the same idea of TD, who's fucking so dead. Good God, TD is dead. Probably because I sent him to the void, canonically. And I guess that still works out at that time. With, you know, in life. I've stopped feeling bad about grades. I should have done some work today. I didn't, but I don't really care. Even though more is on the line than ever, like, college is way more important than high school, yet I'm blowing it. It's like, oh, what do you fucking do? Who cares? I don't care. I don't care. My mom would probably bitch at me, and I know I'm being wrong, because I know college is worth it, but right now it's all the fucking work without any of the help. That's not true, though. That's not true, because, like, I could get help if I needed to, but I don't, because I'm a lazy bitch, and it's a lot harder to access. So, there it is. And also, I haven't found my schedule or routine. I haven't watched, like, any of my chemistry lectures. Asynchronous lectures are really, really hard for me. I'm just not used to them. I did it a lot better. I could do them at, like, Catholic High. I could do them during that semester. That was still a fucking awful semester. I'd say that semester was probably worse because everything was still fresh and I was more emotionally charged over the loss of my senior year of fucking high school. Now, it's almost like the tragedy of the... I don't know if wasted potential. And, like, that kind of hasn't hit me. Maybe that just hit me now. I remember I was really nauseous about the college acceptance process, admittance process in high school, because it is very stressful. And they make such a big fucking deal about it. And college is, I mean, it's probably just because it's online, and so it's a bastardized version of what it is. But, like, what the fuck is up with college? Like, it's so fucking dumb. Now, here I said that I just got a 32 on my chem exam, so you could probably say, oh, wow, look at this kid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But from my perspective, what do they talk about for liberal arts education? Okay. You're going to take a large, broad category of classes, even though it's not useful, even though it's not helpful, you still should take them because, spoilers, even if you get your college degree in one thing, you probably won't work in that field, or you might get a job that has nothing to fucking do with it. I say, then why the fuck do you study something for 4 fucking years of your life if you're not going to use it? That doesn't make any sense. Then what the fuck is college? What's the fucking point of college, you know? I know that overall, going to college is worth it. It's worth it to go to college, monetarily, for the most part. Now, for some people, it's not. There are no guarantees, baby. There are no guarantees. I feel like, especially, you know, just in capitalism, I sometimes get down over capitalism about I have to produce goods or service. I have to produce a value in order to live. And maybe that's just part of me being a spoiled brat and I've just been handed everything on a silver spoon, never worked for anything in my entire fucking life. Not this phone, not this computer, not this anything. And then you say, oh, well, you know, you've done really good on your grades. So your grades are why mom and dad give you all these nice shiny toys. And I justify it to myself because I never asked for anything new. Even though I get to live in this wonderful house and get fed, I have Wi-Fi and have nice toys to play with all the time. So it's like like over this summer, I did nothing. I did literally nothing this summer. And I justified it because of COVID. Alright, it's probably like 12:20 now, yeah. No, 12:40. I have some classes in the morning. I have some work that I haven't done. I'm gonna have to do it. And even before I left for the funeral, I was at the point where I had work to do, but I didn't do it. You know, and I'm at the point now where I'm behind, quite behind in my work. I have a lot of work and a lot of classes to catch up on. But I don't want to say this because it's kind of counterproductive, and maybe that means that the original solution wasn't a great fix because it didn't work long term. But I just have no motivation to do it. You can throw, and I know this is, I talked against this very fallacy earlier, and I know the solution. I have no motivation to keep me doing classes at all, really, and that's no fucking excuse. I'm just making excuses. Other people have more hardship to do, but they still go through it because they have a, well, I'm assuming for them, but they have a goal to work towards. And, you know, I don't really feel solace in the fact that others are suffering with me in this regard, because I feel like this is a self-imposed, pointless suffering, being online on college instead of on campus. It really is so terrible. I know I would be better off if I would have just worked instead of doing classes online. 100%. Probably be a lot higher. Well, either way, I'm not really happy. Because either I'm working a fucking minimum wage job where it's cool at first, but then eventually the monotony is just going to kick in again. The monotony's always going to kick in. And so the monotony's going to kick in. And then I'll feel for like that and feel bad about that. And feel like, oh, I want the status quo to change. Now the status quo's changed, but it's a worse fucking world. No shit. I guess I should have been more thankful and appreciative of what I had, and should have done the things while I still could have done them, and still should have drunk and smoked and had fun and exercised and joined a sports team. I didn't want to because I was lazy and I was fat, but I would have gotten not fat if I would have done sports all that time. Well, they just didn't interest me. So, I don't want to hurt people. I was different, and I can't change the past. No matter how much I want to. All the time. So the only thing we can do is learn from our mistakes and move forward. That is what it means to be human. That is our strength. So whenever I don't do that, whenever I fail, I feel like I'm not learning from my mistakes. I'm just making the same mistakes and doing it over. And I feel like all this fucking bitching and complaining is pointless. And I should have just gone the fuck to bed. Because I have work to do in the morning. Maybe that's what I don't like. Maybe I don't like to work. You know what I do like to do? I like to draw. Here's my notebook. I love this thing. This is probably the best thing I've ever done. I started making it February 3rd, 2019. Here's the first page. Looks a bit pink. Here. I did this one in the car. I quite like it. I really like it. Well, I think I like the colors and the shapes. There's quite a good one. Why is it all pink? It's funny, it's black. Then pink. Oh, because it's reflecting the computer screen. That's why it's pink. Let me show you my best one. I think this is my best. Of course, I sketched this out from a 16-year-old on Reddit. Drew a robot. I saw it, I liked it so much, it was my screensaver for quite a while. Here's the cutout I did. Here's this robot, and I'm like, that's actual fucking talent. That's actual skill, looking at something and making it. I just did a shadow of it in my own little doodle style. But I can sit and I can draw and make this art for hours and hours. I can't bring myself to sit down and study or watch a lecture, for fuck's sake. Because I'm so used to home being associated with relaxation. And I have a system for this. I do my work over in the office. That doesn't really work though. Because when I put my nose to the grindstone and just... No. I'm still going to wake up tomorrow and I'm still going to do this. Because I guess cost-benefit analysis, and I don't want to get further behind. I don't want to fail. It's like the carrot and the stick. It's like the stick is motivating me more than the carrot, really. I don't have a carrot. There's no fucking carrot. The carrot's a goddamn lie. There's no carrot at all inside of me right now. And you know what? You know what the best fucking part is? College was my carrot. College, from fucking middle school. I had this idea. Work your fucking ass off. Work your fucking ass off academically. All throughout middle school, all throughout high school, so you can get to a good college. And I think that was my problem. That college was my end goal destination without any fucking plan of what I actually wanted to go to college for. I was just told, college, do it, you'll make money, it's the logical thing to do. I was like, oh yeah, that's logical, sure, I'm just gonna go to college. Now I'm here, I don't know what the fuck I want to do. That's why I chose a liberal arts school, because you don't have to know what the fuck you want to do. You can get a goddamn, like a fucking Java dance degree or whatever the fuck. Or Java math degree, whatever the fuck. And be fine, because you're taking a fuck ton of bullshit, fluff garbage that you don't want to take, that you take anyway. Where's my phone battery? 11%. I don't want it to run out of power because I don't want to lose this recording. I'll turn autofocus back on there. But college was my goal, and that's a problem. It was very bad timing, because now I'm here in college, first fucking semester, all online. Good God, it's garbage. And like they tell us, it's all about growth mindset. It's all about growth mindset and fucking learning from your mistakes. I know, but I don't do. I know. Learn from your mistakes. Yeah, I'm feeling things now. You know, maybe the reason I'm numb is because I don't want to face up to the reality of the facts. It's a lot in the same way I process grief whenever my grandfather Tom passed away. I shut off emotionally then too. I guess the same happened with my grandpa, Mike. Maybe that's just bleeding. That's why I'm feeling this way. It's just bleeding over that response of just numbing myself. And then maybe I'm numbing myself too to my current academic situation. My parents are none the wiser. They think I'm doing great. I'm not. And it's my own fault. It's my own fault, because I waste all the fucking time. I waste so much of my time on nothing. I feel like the wife of the main character in Fahrenheit 451. My hands just fucking gone. I've talked about this. I've said all of this before. Done. My hands feel like the character. I've done nothing. See nothing, do nothing. Just consume. That's why I like this art so much. Because I like this art and I like playing music, because that is working your hand. It's creation. Instead of just consume, it's make. Which is better than consume. But I do think I made a bit of a breakthrough. So this has been a good and useful exploration of psyche. I hate that. I feel like that's a capitalist mindset. Everything has to be useful and good. If it's not useful to society, then throw it out. I feel tired, and I feel like you can't do any counterculture anymore, because all the fucking punk bands and the hippies all did it, and they're gone. Almost makes me think that, you know, all the hippies and all the punk rockers are gone. You know who are still here? All the businessmen. And then that just makes me sad and think about all the billionaires and how hopeless our situation is, and that it's our own fault because we don't work hard enough. We don't work hard enough. We're not smart enough to come up with a great idea, you know. I'm not gonna make... I don't want to say that I'm not gonna make... That's the problem. If you say that you're not gonna make the next flying car and that you are just average and stupid, then you put yourself down. And it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy because it's all about mindset. And so maybe since I have a hopeless and defeatist capitalistic mindset, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because then I don't put in all my effort because I believe that I'm predisposed to failure. Because of that, I make myself fail, because no matter what endeavor I pursue, I will fail in it. Because I have predetermined that to be true beforehand, so I self-harm my business or endeavor, whatever it is, to make me fail. Alright, it's mindset. If I went in with a winning mindset, then I'd win. But I have no winning mindset. I have no goal to work towards. I need to talk to the resource people. But that just might make me sad still. I fear I'll talk to the resource and job people and still not find anything I want to do. Because, look, I can draw. I like drawing. I really like drawing. But no one's going to buy my art. But that's not... Man, who fucking knows? The art world's so saturated because everyone likes to draw, because working and studying and science and math are really fucking hard. And no wonder they make all the fucking... And they don't even make all the fucking money. They don't even make the fucking money. The real money is, like, in the market, and so... Like, I have to get a little bit of money and then just play the fucking market game. And so, it's not fair. Our society is not fair. And then you know what they'll say? You know what they'll say? They'll say, yeah, no fucking shit, dude. No fucking shit. Life is hard, and then you die. Okay? And that's fucking terrible. And that, because with that mindset, it just makes you want to kill yourself. If this is all life is, then it's not worth fucking living. But that's not all that life is. That's the work. That's online college. All the fucking work and study. None of the fun. None of the people. None of the places. None of the walking around. I am so envious of all the people I see on their Instagram stories. Beautiful people with their beautiful friends doing wacky things. That's what I want to do. I want to do what I want to do, but I don't do that because I'm at home. I've been at home. Shut up. You know, you've been at home. I think I know what I'm going to call this. I'm going to call it Man Slowly Descends into Madness, or Watch a Man Watch Descend Slowly into Madness. There's the clock again. Now I only have 8 hours of sleep. I don't feel resolved. I feel mad and pissed off because I know that I'm not going to work hard. I know That's a defeatist mindset. Ooh, I'm not gonna work hard. I'm not. Shut up. Don't say you're not gonna make it. But that's how I feel. Can I really change that? I can change that mindset. I want to be like Carson. Look at this beautiful man. Look at him. This is... Look at him. Carson, king of the universe. God damn. You know what that is? That's a mindset there, baby. He's portraying the character Axis Man. Germany, Japan, Italy, by the way. I'm too tired. I don't want to see my face, Jay. And you know, the counselors, and they say that you don't have to declare a major until sophomore year. I don't know how the fuck people can just make themselves do classes they don't like to do. I did it, and you know how I did it? I had a goal. I don't know how people force themselves to do things that they don't want to do without having a goal to work towards. I know why my dad works so hard, and that's because he loves us and he has a wife and 3 kids he needs to support. That's what gives him the motivation and the drive to keep working. You know, maybe that's why marriage is the center of society, because you have working men and women who have to work, and give up on their dreams. I hope that's not a self-defeatist ideology. I say I want to go outside and I want to just wander the fucking earth and do things. And then I think, what's stopping me? I think, oh, I can't do that because of the pandemic. But that's not true. Other people have done it. But then I have responsibilities. I have college. Fuck you. And I don't have any money. So if I want to do anything, you need to get a job. And then there's the smart thing to do, and then there's the what do you want to fucking do thing to do. I want to go away. I just want to explore, drive around. Maybe walk around. Just walk around the country. Be homeless. Just wander. That might be fun. Better than... I'd say better than this, yeah. That's not true. I'm just a fucking bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch-ass baby. I'm such a bitch-ass baby, dude. I'm an ungrateful little fucking bitch. I wish there was a word more demeaning and put me lower than bitch. It's not adequate to describe my failure. I'm a sissy. I'm the opposite of a man. Because to be a man is to do what you have to do to work even when you don't want to. And I'm so fucking lazy, dude. I'm the laziest motherfucker you'll ever meet. And I should kill myself. I shouldn't. That's a cop-out. I deserve to keep living, honestly. I'm just gonna post this to my channel. I don't give a fuck. I already talked about that. My phone's at 5% battery. I'm gonna go upstairs. Yeah, I'll take you. Do I have enough battery to do that? Yeah. Yeah, we're going. This is my routine. I'll check my... Good night. Love you. So this is my new bed. It's very big and nice. And sleep in it. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna do the same fucking thing I've done for 7 fucking months now. Oh, a stick. I'm gonna break it. That's my battery. That's my battery. 4%. I don't have time to break a stick. Got a bunch of books I didn't read. Should have, but didn't. Story of my life. There's a stick. Yeah. I like that. Not that weak. See, it's easy to break one stick. 4. I like 4. That's unlucky. Fuck you.